God's peace be with you all. Our church today is in crisis. Many Catholics are lapsed. 99 of the 100 sheep are lost. Many have accepted the culture of death. Death being an acronym standing for divorce, euthanasia, abortion, total population control, and homosexual relationships. There is growing apostasy. There is division even among our prelates, conservatives versus liberals. There is a sliding into progressivism and modernism. Seeing this, many people in our church will still say, there's nothing to worry about, as the church will always stand and be victorious in the end. Their basis for this is the assurance of Jesus himself about the church he founded on Peter. As he said in Matthew 16, verse 18, "And so I say to you, you are Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of the netherworld shall not prevail against it." Well and good. That is quite reassuring. But there are two things that are not quite right. First, the question is not whether the church will stand and be victorious at the end. That is a given. We already know that Jesus will return at the end of time in glory. But the question should be, how big will the church be at that end? That is to say, how many Catholics will be saved or lost? Will the church at the end be just a little flock? If so, this will be contrary to God's desire, as God wants no one to be lost, but for everyone to be saved. Second, the quoted passage is not about the kingdom of darkness attacking the church and not prevailing, which is true, but about the church attacking the enemy and prevailing. Jesus says the gates of the netherworld shall not prevail against the church. Gates are for defense, not offense. Gates do not attack, they are attacked. And so what Jesus is saying is that the church is not just to stand in place and try to weather the assault of the enemy, but she is to mount an offensive against the enemy. When she does so, then the gates of the enemy will not stand. However, today many in our church have lost their missionary zeal. The church has become a church of maintenance, maintaining the Catholics that are there. There are still many things happening in the church, and there is much to offer. There are many ministries, programs, organizations, services, outreaches, etc., but evangelization is not given the importance it deserves. So the irony is, we are losing Catholics by the day. The enemy is mounting constant attacks. Many Catholics are being lost to the world, to sects, to cults. Our church cannot just be complacent or stand idly by while the enemy consistently and persistently assaults her. Rather, we take the fight to the enemy. How do we do that? We do the work of evangelization. And such evangelization must be rapid, massive, and worldwide. It must be of primary importance. In this work, we persist, we endure, we give our all. We have a great sense of urgency. We are zealous in proclaiming the gospel of salvation in Jesus. This is the way not only to preserve the members of the church, but the way, as Jesus intends, to bring in many more disciples. This is the reason why the church exists. Jesus founded the church to carry on with his work, passed on to Peter and to the popes through the generations up to the present day. We must know we are engaged in spiritual war. The enemy seeks to destroy us and our church. Thus, we are to engage the enemy, assaulting its gates. And Jesus has already assured us that the enemy's gates will not stand. God bless you all.